Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope you guys are doing all right. Welcome back. So today's video we're going to be doing a review on the Hiya Exquisite Basic Kong Beast Glove version. Pretty excited for this review considering this is my first Kong figure that I have ever owned. I do not own any of the SH Monster Arts versions of Kong over the past years. I wasn't able to get the first Hiya release of the Kong with the battle axe, but I do plan to. But I did snag this guy, so let's just get into it. All right. So just looking over the box, pretty basic box. It gets the message across. Pretty cool. Nothing really to complain about. All your info. I don't read Chinese, so. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. All right, let's talk about the figure. So I really like the design and sculpt of this figure. I feel like it is very movie accurate, and at the same time it's very articulated. It has really good detail to me on the face, the teeth, the beast glove gauntlet itself. I feel like it does a really good job of portraying the movie version of Kong. So let's get into the articulation first, then we'll take a deep dive into detail, and we'll look at the accessories, because he does come with some interchangeable hands and heads for different poses and expressions. So starting off, let's just do the head first. So the head, he can look up pretty far. You know, he's got a pretty good range of movement. I like what they did with it. This head being on the joint and then the neck. Down, kind of, not really too much, but I mean, you can, and especially if you bend the torso. And you look left, right, you know, pretty cool. All right. I like what they did with the shoulder and arm here, how it has this cut out here for this shoulder joint, and then it actually has the arm. I really like that. You can get some really good movement out of that. You can get a flat, you know, T-pose if you would. Really good bicep curl, elbow bend, whatever you want to call it. Looks really good. And I really like how Hiya hides, you know, the joints and everything of how the pieces connect together. To me, I really like that. How each piece kind of just fits snugly into itself. There's really not a huge gap. It looks really good, and I like that. But moving down on the hand, you have your hand is a little bit articulated, and then he's got the wrist little joint there, so you can spin it, turn it, and it bends as well. But yeah, you can do some really good stuff with that. All right, same thing with the beast glove. Now this arm is not as articulated just because of, you know, this oversized, ginormous gauntlet kind of gets in the way of things, but it still can bend at the elbow and everything, and he still has the same shoulder joint and all that, so you can get some really good high up poses, or curl it around, or stick it way up in the air. So it does get the job done. All right. One thing that's really cool about this glove, I like, I don't know if SH Monster Arts has this or not, it might, but I like the moving gears right here whenever he curls his arm inward. I don't know if I can pick that up on camera, but I love that little attention to detail. That is really cool. I like that a lot. Same thing with the hand here, you know, little ball joint there. So the glove actually has some articulation. Let me show you here. So to get it, you pull this piece right here. Oh, let me switch hands right here. This little piece here comes out like that, and then these flaps will pull up, and you can put them in the position as if he's fixing to do one of those power punches like in the movie, and his glove, I guess, if you will, charges up, or however you want to put it. And so it looks really cool. I like it a lot. I think it's a cool attention to detail. And even underneath the flaps, there is detail all throughout the underneath part. So it's really cool, you know, they didn't just leave it all blank or bland, whatever. You know, I like it. It's really cool. Good little mechanism there. Torso, really good, you know, bend. You can swivel pretty far. Looks good both ways. You can go back quite a ways, and I love that the scars continue underneath. They painted them, you know, they didn't just leave it unpainted underneath and it just looked weird, but no, they actually flow even no matter which position you put them in. So I like that. Forward bend, not as much as the back, but still a little bit. All right, legs. I really like the legs on this guy. Got a nice ball joint there, and then a little swivel here. Good bend and extension at the knees. Now the ankles are a little tricky. They're, how do I put it? They're not as articulated and posable as I would like them to be. I'll say it that way. I feel like they could have done more, but you know, maybe it's something they can improve if they ever do another release of this guy. You know, same thing with this leg, same thing. Ankles, same way, not as much, but I mean, it's enough, but I feel like it could have been better and improved upon, because it is a little bit tricky to kind of get him to stand up on his own, but you know, I digress. All right, now let's look at detail before we get into looking at all the interchangeable parts. The detail on this guy is just really, let me bring him close, it's really good. I love the facial detail for each facial expression. The teeth detail is really good. I don't have any sloppy teeth paint on my copy. Everything's painted quite well. And the eyes, if y'all don't know, they're glass eyes, so they're not just painted on eyes, and they look really, really good. I really like the way those eyes look. I wish they would do more of their figures like that. It just gives it an extra level of depth and life, in my opinion. The fur, I really love the way they did the fur on this Kong. It looks really good. And the scar tissue from previous altercations looks good. See on the front as well, and then on the other hands, I'll show you all when we get to that part. But yeah, I really don't have a complaint at all on detail wise or sculpt of this figure. Paint is good, like I said. I don't have any problems there, and so yeah, I really think they did a good job on this guy. All right, so now, like I said, it is a little hard to get him to stand up a little bit at times. You just gotta get the ankles at the right placement. So there we go. Bring y'all back. There we go. But yeah, let's look at the accessories we get with this guy. So we get, turn that, you get two alternate heads. So you have a roaring head, and then you have a, this is, I guess, the normal head that comes on it when you open him out of the box, and I swapped it out for the one that's on him now, which is the snarling or growling head. So you get, you know, 3 heads all together, but 2 extra. And so I really like the roaring head. The detail in the mouth is really good. Bring it in, y'all can see there's really not much, there's not really sloppy paint on mine. The silver tooth from the replacement, that's nice. I feel like they did a pretty good job as far as it goes with detail in the mouth. It looks really good. Same thing with the eyes, they're the exact same, the glass eyes. Here's the normal head he comes with. I'll just bring it up, show you just a basic face. And then like I showed you, oops, sorry. And like I showed y'all before, the growling head or snarling head. I'd probably say this is my favorite head out of the three. I'll probably be rocking this head the most, but I like it. All right, put him back there. And now let's look at hands. So you get alternate hands. I've swapped out and put the fist one on him at the moment. Let's see, you have an open hand right here. And then you have like if you wanted to put him like on all fours, like a primal ape stance, he has that one. Looks good. And then you have the open hand for if you have the battle axe version, you can have him hold it. So this version can hold the battle axe the same as the previous release, which I plan to get, so I can pose him with that axe. All right, here's the beast glove hands. So same thing, you have an open hand, the beast glove gauntlet, and then you have a closed one, or I guess I should say open enough. If you want to put the battle axe in, you can. I think you can put it in this one. And then you have the primal stance again on all fours if you want. So yeah, plenty of accessories here. Don't really have any fault there. Let's swap out pieces. So when I first opened this guy out of the box, he was a little bit difficult to swap out the hands, but I kind of figured out how you get it, and it's a little better now, so I don't really have a problem there. So you just pull that head up, it comes off, and then you just push this one down, and then this one's on now. So now we have the roaring head. Not too hard at all. I really like that. Let's change out his hands. Let's do this one. Let's take off, and how about we do the open hand? Let's put that one. Okay. Oops, sorry, I didn't get it on. I think it went right there. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so that one's on now. So now he's got his open hand. All right, and for the beast glove, let's do a different hand there. So you just pop that one off. And how about we do an open hand as well? Just keep everything the same. Put it on there. Make sure you don't hit your beast glove on each other. Oops. All right. And now his beast glove hand is on. That's all it takes, really. I don't have a problem on connecting the hands on mine. Move all these out of the way. So yeah, now he's got the open hand accessories. It looks really good. I like it. I really like this Kong. For my first Kong figure, I think this is a pretty solid release. Let's do some size comparison real quick with the other figures from the Godzilla New Empire movie from Hiya. Let me readjust this camera. All right. I think that's good. So we have 24 evolved Godzilla. It's quite nice scale. It'll be interesting to see whenever Hiya releases their Heat Ray evolved Godzilla, because that one is supposed to be the correct size, so it'll be 7 inches, unlike this one, which was 6. So it'll be nice to compare them with that, but they do scale well with this version as well, so it's not a huge issue. Just to give you a little, range of the scale, here's the Hokkaido Godzilla 91 Hiya, and he's in the correct 7-inch height, so it is a little difference, but Godzilla in the movie is bigger than Kong, so it only makes sense in my opinion that they do that. So I understand why Kong is at the scale he's at, but it'll be nice to have a taller 24 evolved Godzilla. All right, let's get Shimu in here as well. I don't have SH Monster Art Shimu. I just couldn't really justify paying that expensive price, so I went with the Hiya. Yeah, I think they fit well. I like it. You can definitely, you wanted to recreate scenes from the movie, whatever you will, you can do it with these figures. They all fit together nicely. So yeah, he scales well. No issues there, really, in my opinion. I recommend this figure. I do. I enjoy the articulation on it. I like the detail. I like the paint applications. It's pretty solid as far as if you're really big into movie accuracy. I don't think you'll have any issues there. I'd recommend it. Now, I do want to get the Battle Axe version of this guy just because, that Battle Axe has like a translucent, the spine on it, I believe, is translucent and can cast light through it. So that'd be a cool detail to have and use with this, or, what if you want to pose it with the other Kong. I feel like that'd be cool, and especially since we have Scar King coming out later in 2026, I think around July or something, and he comes with his whip, so to have Kong and with his axe and Scar King with the whip, I think those will just go together quite well. But that's really about it, guys. All I have for this video. Kind of quick little video on the Hiya Kong. I'd recommend picking him up if you could. But let me know what video y'all are most excited for later on. I'm really excited to do the Hiya GMKs fixing to be released, and then we have 2000 coming out after that, I believe. So that would be a cool little detailed video on either one of those. Those are probably my most next hyped releases, but y'all let me know which one y'all are most anticipating. Well, all right, guys, I will see y'all next time. Bye.